Is my screen visible?
Yes, please go ahead. एक बार थोड़ा सा अपना introduction दे दो प्राची. Just like a formal presentation that we give. Let's try to keep it similar to that. So हम क्या करेंगे? हम कोशिश करेंगे कि हम 15 to 20 minutes में complete कर ले. Right? Just
Mm-hmm.
try to consolidate. So what? How will it help you? It will help you understand कि important points कैसे क्या बोलने होते हैं. Right? So हमें वो भी practice करनी है. Whatever we can see on the screen, we can see on the screen. बट इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट कि हम बोलते टाइम अपने टाइम को ऐसा मैनेज करें दैट 15-20 मिनट्स में हम पूरी प्रेजेंटेशन कवर कर पाए. सो इन द माइंड यू विल हैव टू प्लान दैट. ओके, अभी 7:35 हो रहा है. लेट्स ट्राई 7:50 तक हम मैक्स कवर कर पाए. We'll start with a 1 minute introduction, then maybe another 30 seconds talking about your industry and why you think, something interesting about the industry that you feel you would want to mention, and then slide by slide we can go ahead. ठीक है?
Okay, okay.
Chalo, take a
Hi
minute and
everyone,
then
my
you
name is
start.
Prachi Kanungo. Shall I start?
Yeah. Go ahead. Right. Let's start now. Hmm.
Okay, my name is Prachi Kanungo, and today I am here to present an industry overview of the industry that I have picked up. I have picked up consumer durables. The reason I have picked up consumer durables because consumer durables are nothing but they are just the products that we use for domestic use, and they relate to me very much because we use in day-to-day life. So yeah, that this is the reason it relates to me, and I can have a better understanding through consumer durables. Now, consumer durables, as we know, they are the products that are used for domestic use and have an expanded lifespan. If we take example, goods and appliances such as television, washing machine, air conditioner, kitchen appliances, cell phones fall into this category. Now, over the years, the consumer durable business in India has been witnessing a strong growth because of positive economic condition and supportive demographics. What we understand by demographics is that the population of India is increasing, and so is the consumption of the consumer durable items is increasing. And factors such as emergence in the retail sector, increase in disposable income, and innovative technological development also have contributed to the growth of this industry. Now, given their importance in everyday life, these goods contribute significantly to the global economy and they have exhibited consistent demand influenced by the broader economic factors. In this sector, success is defined by factors such as innovation, effective marketing strategies, and supply chain management. Companies must continually innovate to stay competitive and meet evolving consumer needs. Moreover, effective marketing is essential for capturing consumer interest and driving the sale. Also, all these things go with the supply chain efficiencies that help the companies to deliver the products to consumer promptly and as demanded, and it should also be cost effective, enhancing the overall competitiveness in the market. Now we will look at the
I'm sorry,
factors
sorry to
that
interrupt,
affect.
Prachi. Just a second. In case you're changing the slides, it's not visible to any of us. We can still just see the
No,
first
no, no, no.
introduction slide.
I'm still on first slide. I'm
Oh,
explaining about
okay.
the consumer durable
Fine.
sectors.
ठीक है.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I'm still on first slide. Now, we were discussing about the factors that affect this sector. Now, I have mentioned here the consumer behavior, technological advancement, and economic health significantly affect the sector's dynamic. Now, let's first discuss about how consumer behavior affects this sector. It determines the demand for durable goods such as appliances and electronics. Shift in consumer preferences or purchasing power can also significantly affect the sales and market trends within the sector. Next is technological advancement. If we talk about the technological advancements, innovations in product features, materials, or manufacturing processes can drive consumer interest and influence their purchasing decision. So companies have to stay ahead of the technological trends to have a competitive edge in the market. Now, if we talk about the economic health, it is one of the major determinant of this sector. During the period of economic growth, consumers may have more disposable income and be more willing to invest in consumer goods. And conversely, if during economic downturns, consumer spending on such items may also decline. Now, one thing that I have observed, since these are consumer durable, let's say for example, refrigerator, TV, these are not the items that we purchase regularly. Let me give an example of mine. We purchased TV 35 years ago, and then now recently we have replaced. Earlier, we had the refrigerator of Godrej, and now also we have purchased refrigerator from the same brand. So there's a long replacement cycle in such type of goods, and sales pattern जो भी होता है इस sector के अंदर, this is very cyclical. So cyclical patterns is very essential for predicting the market trends and making informed business decision. Okay, next we go to the next slide. It's not working. Just wait a minute. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Now, as we have talked so much about the consumer durables, I would further like to discuss that there are two types. The consumer durables are segmented into two types. That is consumer electronics, which are known as brown goods, and consumer appliances, which are known as white goods. Now, how do we classify these goods? White goods are the goods such as air conditioner, refrigerator, washing machine, watches, clocks, and etc. Brown goods are something that we use in our kitchen. And consumer electronics, as everybody know, TV, electronic accessories, PCs, mobile, digital camera, etc. Now let's have an overview of this. What was the history and how the consumer durable sector has evolved so much? The introduction of innovative features and functionality has continually disrupted this sector, prompting the companies to adapt and innovate to stay competitive. The consumer durable sector's journey from manual appliances to smart products exemplifies the transformative power of innovation. Recognizing the significance of historical context enables stakeholders to navigate the industry's evolving landscape and capitalize on emerging trends and opportunities. Let's consider evolution of television industry as an example within this industry. Historically, what happened? Which type of televisions we used to use? We used to have cathode ray tube CRT devices which have limited features and functionality. Now these were the appliances that had basic controls, and probably they were standard definition in SD. Now what are we seeing nowadays? There have been innovations like flat screen displays, HD resolution, smart TV, and smart TVs are also equipped with internet connectivity and streaming services, enabling the users to have a wide range of content and interact with the television in new ways. Also, the introduction of streaming platforms like Netflix and Hulu have changed how the consumers access the content, leading to a shift from traditional cable and satellite TV services. Let's talk about the regulatory environment within which this industry regulates. Government regulations plays a crucial role in each and every type of industry, but here the safety of consumer durables such as appliances and electronics. These regulations establish minimum safety standards and equipments that manufacturers must adhere to in order to protect the consumers from potential hazards or risk associated with the use of these products. Secondly, apart from the safety standards, energy efficiency regulations have also been implemented to reduce the energy consumption and promote sustainability by encouraging the production of more energy efficient products. Let's say, for example, we have 4-star, 5-star refrigerators, TV, etc. And this not only helps the consumers save on the utility bills, but also contribute to the environmental conservation efforts by reducing the greenhouse gas emissions and overall energy consumption. Additionally, sustainability regulations focus on promoting environment-friendly practices throughout the life cycle of consumer durables, from production till the disposal. And it also includes regulations relating to material sourcing, product packaging, and recycling initiatives, etc. Now, the impact of government regulations on consumer durable sectors is very significant. On one hand, regulations that prioritize safety, energy efficiency, and sustainability can drive innovation within the industry, but leading to development of more advanced and environment-friendly products. These regulations can also create new market opportunities for the companies that are able to meet or exceed these regulatory standards. But on the other hand, these regulations are also overly restrictive or burdensome, which may hinder the innovation and impose additional cost on the manufacturers, potentially hindering their growth within the sectors. So therefore, it is essential for the policymakers to strike a balance between the two. Let's talk about the technological corporation. The rise of smart homes and interconnected devices have significantly shifted towards integrated advanced technology in everyday products. Consumers are now expecting appliances and electronics to be equipped with more smart features and connectivity, allowing them to control and monitor these devices remotely through their smartphone or other smart devices. And also for the manufacturers, this trend presents both opportunity as well as challenges. On one hand, integrating advanced technology into durables opens up new possibilities for innovation and differentiations. Companies can successfully incorporate smart features into their products, which can also enhance the user's experience, improve efficiency, and differentiate themselves from the market. On the one hand, integration of advanced technologies present challenges for the manufacturers. Developing and implementing smart features requires significant investment in research, development, and technology infrastructure. Also, manufacturers must enable complex ecosystem of software, hardware, and connectivity standards to ensure compatibility and interoperability with other smart devices. So, in summary, the integration of advanced technology into consumer durables is a non negotiable trend that presents both opportunities and challenges for the manufacturers. Embracing this trend requires companies to invest in innovation, adaptability, and a deep understanding of consumer needs and preferences into the ecosystem. Now, we have seen how the IoT devices and AI technologies have been integrated into our homes, like smart appliances, which is very popular among today's youth. These devices, what do you mean by IoT? IoT stands for Internet of Things devices. These are the devices that can connect to the internet and use smart features to make our lives more easier. Because more people want these devices, the demand of them has substantially gone up. This means that the companies selling smart appliances can charge a higher price and make more profit out of them. It More people, urbanization and rising income, more people are moving from rural areas to urban areas. They are spending more on the durable goods. With better quality of the life being a priority for many households, they are investing in items that last longer and improve their lives. Environmental concerns are causing consumers to choose products that are energy efficient and sustainable. This means that they're looking for items that use less energy and have less impact on the environment. As a result, manufacturers are also feeling pressure to make the products that are more eco-friendly. They are changing their practices and creating product lines that are better for the planet. This shift towards the greener practices is driven by growing awareness of environmental issues and the desire to make more environmentally responsible choices. Next, in this graph, we can see what is the growth of consumer durable sector in India from financial year 2019 to 2023. We can see that in financial year 2019, the revenue of this sector was 731.64 billion rupees. Now, in down the line 5 years, it has been 1,152.45 billion Indian rupees. This means that it is close to double. The revenue has been doubled of this industry. And this picture I've taken from Statista. I don't know if it's a correct website to take data or not, but I could find only this one. Next, if we talk something about how this industry has been classified. So the classification of any industry within the NSE comprises of 4-tier structure: macroeconomic sector, then industry, and then the basic industry. So the industry that we are talking about today is consumer durables. Its macroeconomic indicator is the consumer discretionary. Its sector is consumer durables. Its industry is consumer durables, and the basic industries that it covers is cycles, consumer electronics, furniture, ceramics, gems, jewelry, watches, household appliances, etc. Now, if we look at some of the statistics which has been taken from the NSE website, consumer durables have given close to 30% returns in the last 1 year. Also, the PE of this industry is 69.34, and these are the 15 industries that comes in Nifty 50, with Titan Company Limited being the highest weightage of 32.75%. Now, this again is the composition of Nifty consumer durables, the 15 companies that we have seen in the earlier slide. So I've taken this image yesterday. They were Titan, Dixon, Blue Star Co, Kajaria CR, Bata India were the companies that had given positive return from the last day, like this. I don't know. Also,
So is this as of yesterday, Prachi? If I am not, if I'm understanding it correctly, when did you update these slides? So as I can see on the slide below, it mentions as of 23rd of January 2024. So have you taken the screenshot the same day? Am I audible?
Ma'am, you're audible. I think Prachi is on mute.
hello, am I audible?
Yeah, now you're audible.
Yes, I took the screenshot to support to support my presentation, but however, I am not able to understand this. Also,
Okay.
we have um,
No problem, Prachi. I think you're going well. You've
yes,
covered good amount of data. We'll talk about what we could improve later, but you can continue on whatever is left.
yes. This was something that this is like I have displayed the chart of the stocks. There's also sector wise, so I've taken only of consumer durables. Again, 133.57%. I have no idea from where this figure came. Okay, next. Next, we'll talk about the market share analysis. I was to input some figures into this, but however, I couldn't find any figures. So yeah, there are 3 types of players in the market in this industry. There are the market leaders, emerger challengers, and the niche players. What do we mean by market leaders? Market leaders are the well-established companies, like we have seen in the previous slide, having the weightage of 32.75%, 12.9%. So these are all the market leaders. Emerging challengers, they are the new entrants who are leveraging all the new technologies, and the niche players that are focusing on certain issues or certain problems and trying to distinguish themselves from the earlier 2 types of competitors in the market. Now, if we talk about the SWOT analysis of this sector, so what are the strengths of this sector? Branding, innovation, diverse product lines. Yes, they have variety of items. Opportunities is that the market is emerging. India is the second highest populous country. e-commerce adoption. Nowadays, youngsters are shopping more from the websites rather than from the real shops, and the green technologies. And at the same time, they are also aware of their carbon footprint. So they want a balance between the technology and the amount of waste or what we are giving back to the earth. Weakness is that the market is saturated. There's high capital cost. Obviously, manufacturing TVs, ACs, and all these things is of high cost to the manufacturers, and some regulatory compliances from the government may also pose certain constraints on the manufacturers. What are the threats? Technological disruption, economic downturns like COVID-19 we have all seen, and increasing competition. New and new competitors are entering into this industry. They are tapping all the new technologies. Now, what are the investment opportunities and the risk associated with this industry? There is a large market for this sector. Investing in companies with a clear path towards international or new segment offers lucrative potential. Risk lies in geopolitical and economic stability of these markets. Innovation leaders, backing technology front runners can also lead to substantial rewards, but comes with the risk of rapid market changes and R&D investment. If there's something coming up, it needs a lot of R&D at the manufacturer's end, which is obviously very costly, and sustainable practices. So, according to me, consumer durables is a sector that has a balance of risk and reward. At times, there might be certain more risk than the reward. Including operating with consumer durable space demands a continuous commitment to understanding the broader economic environment, because the regulatory practices are changing and there are new competitors entering into the market. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Prachi. And I do have a few comments. And before that, I always have this habit where I ask the presenter itself if you feel you could have done something differently. So I know that given the time, given the resources, you have done your best. But I'm sure I would want to know कि आपको क्या लगता है आप और क्या better add कर सकते थे. Let's first talk in respect of the content that you feel is missing in this, and we could have added that. मतलब एक होता है ना present करते करते we realize that okay, this is something I feel is missing. So considering the websites I shared, or some data points I provided you, that ये तो cover होना
Yes,
ही चाहिए. हाँ.
data points were missing.
ठीक है.
Data
एक
points
चीज
were missing. One of them, data points
numbers were missing, right? Some
and
specific
numbers.
numbers.
Yes,
Yes.
data is
What else?
missing.
Pestle भी मुझे नहीं दिखा, right?
Pastel, yes, pastel.
Pestle बहुत important है, and consumable durables is a company which is an industry जिसमें हो सकता है Pestle. As you also mentioned, there are government regulations, there are other factors which pose as a threat and are also an opportunity
Yes.
provider for the industry. So we would have included the political, social, economic, government, legal factors which are required to enter this industry, right? वो चीज थोड़ा सा missing है. And or what else do you think you could have had?
I have not prepared a separate slide for the pestle analysis, but I have covered I think I have covered major of the pestle part in my explaining.
Yeah, I'm not denying that, Prachi. I think, as I said, few
Okay.
points of the
There has to be
presentation.
a slide for, okay. Okay.
Right. My objective is to tell you the right way of doing it, although you know what needs to be done. But it's important we realize what can reach a wider audience, or what can look more authentic, what can look more presentable. So वही objective है, and हमें feedback को बहुत constructively लेके जो changes suggest करे हैं वो करेंगे हम. So the presentation will become more user friendly. That's the whole point. आपको पता है, but दूसरे को तो नहीं पता ना आपने किस perspective से बनाया है. You'll have to give them each and everything on the slide where you are explaining. For example, I personally feel the first slide took longer than usual, and I was also trying to make out कहाँ पे आप कौन सा point explain कर रहे हो, but it was more of a paragraph, right? So paragraph में क्या होता है कि हम lost हो जाते हैं थोड़ा सा. हम इसको थोड़ा bullets में भी डाल सकते थे, the first slide, right?
Okay.
And also the
I
image is not resonating much with the text or the industry. Why would you choose this image? Right, for consumer durables, at least we could have picked something else, or maybe we could have looked at what the companies in this sector are, and we could have had a group of those companies logo in the first slide or something like that. So the expectation is that,
okay.
we take more time. I have given you all the time, but let's try to cover things in a way that very short and simple. So remember, less is more, right? जितना हम कम दिखाएंगे but ज्यादा बोलेंगे, वो बेटर है ना. मतलब अगर कोई आपको बोले कि मतलब
Okay.
दिस इज व्हाट यू विल बी गेटिंग, वो बोल रहा है बट वो आपको करके दिखा रहा है ज्यादा, then only you will be happy. But anyway, good attempt overall. I would not have any negative comments to make, because you are the first one to actually take this initiative and do it. Although I expect it from everybody, but ठीक है, good start. Couple of feedbacks, not just for you, Prachi, for everyone in general, because
Mm-hmm.
I think of it from the point of view कि ये presentation हम सीधा किसी को भेज दे and that person is happy with our work, है ना. देखो,
Okay.
आप सबका अपना ऑब्जेक्टिव होगा. सम ऑफ यू माइट नॉट वांट टू कीप मेकिंग प्रेजेंटेशंस इन द फ्यूचर, बट सम माइट वांट टू
Mm-hmm.
एंटर इनटू द कॉर्पोरेट. सो मुझे ये चाहिए कि अगर प्राची की प्रेजेंटेशन 1 महीने बाद मैं भी देख रही हूँ ना, तो इट एक्ट्स एज अ रेफरेंस पॉइंट फॉर मी टू अंडरस्टैंड द सेक्टर बेटर. तो टेक
Okay.
माई फीडबैक एज वेरी कंस्ट्रक्टिवली. डोंट थिंक इट बाय शी टेलिंग मी
Yeah,
सम.
yeah, sure.
ठीक है, ऐसे नहीं
No, no,
लेना.
no. We are
हाँ,
here to learn from you.
yeah, yeah. So we'll have to add page numbers. Yeah, there should be a footer.
Okay. Okay.
Excuse me, just a minute.
Yes.
Right, and also the color palette, the color theme. Consumer durables is such a lively sector, right? It talks about the products and
Mm-hmm.
services, the appliances that we use on an everyday basis, and everything around us is so colorful, right? So no black
Okay.
slides, no blue slides. We'll either keep it white and simple, or we'll pick up a
Mm-hmm.
slide that resonates with our industry. For example, if somebody is working on the banking sector, you can pick up something
Mm-hmm.
which has the rupee signs mentioned in the border or something like that. Okay, so ऐसा कुछ हम
Okay.
focus करेंगे. Now, generally, font size Times New Roman लोगे आप for the entire
Mm-hmm.
tenure of all the presentations. Which font is this? Just check. है ना,
बढ़ लो.
ये अप्रूव नहीं है. दिस इज नॉट इंडस्ट्री अप्रूव्ड. यू कुड
Okay.
ईदर यूज कैलिबरी और टाइम्स न्यू रोमन. ठीक है,
Okay.
फॉर द हेडिंग्स यू कैन यूज द फॉन्ट साइज 14, एंड फॉर द टेक्स्ट यू कैन यूज द फॉन्ट साइज 12. तो नेक्स्ट टाइम ना, जब भी हम दोबारा से देख रहे हैं प्रेजेंटेशन, तो ये थोड़े चेंजेस कर
Mm-hmm.
लेना, ठीक है, पहली चीज. एंड
Okay.
इफ यू कुड
Mm.
चूज अ डिफरेंट टेम्पलेट, वेरी वेल डन. मतलब बहुत अच्छा हो जाएगा वो, बिकॉज द बैकग्राउंड ऑफ दिस ब्लैक पार्ट वेर यू मेंशन्ड द टेक्स्ट, ये थोड़ा ऑफ लगा मुझे भी पर्सनली, बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट रेजोनेटिंग विद
Okay.
द थीम ऑफ द सब्जेक्ट. फिर जैसे अगर हम स्वॉट लिख रहे हैं, तो स्वॉट का मतलब क्या होता है?
हाँ.
स्ट्रेंथ्स, वीकनेस, अपॉर्चुनिटी, थ्रेट. दिस वी नो.
Hmm.
Right. And
Yes.
obviously, I did not ask you to give me the definitions, but don't you think that there might be some people who would be looking at your presentation and they might want to know in one slide what SWOT means? है ना? Although सबको पता है strengths,
Okay.
weakness, opportunity, threat क्या होता है. But what I would have done additionally is just one slide on SWOT analysis, where I would have mentioned कि strengths and weaknesses are internal, opportunities and threats are external. Now I would have bifurcated it into, okay, one slide dedicated for the internal factors, which is strengths and weaknesses. One slide for the external factors, which is opportunities and threats. तो इससे क्या होता, हमारा slides भी 4 occupy होती, and we would have got more space to incorporate each and every element. So when I talked about the strengths of an industry, किसी भी industry की strengths cannot be restricted to just these 3 words, na? Branding, innovation, diverse product lines. Although I agree that
Mm-hmm.
while explain करते time you mentioned what these means. But maybe on this slide,
Mm-hmm.
I would want to see branding with respect to consumer durable goods. क्या हुआ? What exactly do you want to say? So maybe a slide or so, maybe some images, some pictures to support with that, है ना? तो ऐसा कुछ
Different
कोशिश
slide
करो.
for strengths, different slide for weakness, then opportunity and threats.
No,
We have to split this SWOT into 4 slides. That is, you are saying?
no, we'll keep the first slide as a general interpretation of what SWOT analysis means. So make it a habit
Mm-hmm.
that आगे जब हम company analysis भी करेंगे, तो we first talk about द कंपनी, राइट? पहले हम कंपनी की बात करेंगे, देन वील टॉक अबाउट द फाइनेंशियल्स और द स्पेसिफिक कैविएट्स अबाउट द कंपनी, वो बाद में आएगा ना। पहले हम एक जनरल
ओके।
अंडरस्टैंडिंग देंगे टॉपिक की। तो वहां पे भी इफ आई आस्क यू कि चलो रेशियो एनालिसिस करते हैं, तो आई विल आस्क यू कि एक स्लाइड पे मुझे पहले रेशियो एनालिसिस होता क्या है वो बताओ। लर्निंग स्टेज में ना हम लोग, तो हम
ओके।
प्रोफेशनल्स तो नहीं है।
हम्म।
तो लर्निंग स्टेज में हमें एक ऐसी पीपीटी बनानी है जहाँ पे स्लाइड में ही हमें डेफिनेशंस भी मिल जाएंगी। सो आप क्या करोगे, वन स्लाइड ऑन व्हाट इज स्वॉट एनालिसिस। तो उसमें आप क्या लिखोगे, स्वॉट एनालिसिस एक तरह का फ्रेमवर्क होता है जो एनालाइज करने के लिए यूज
हम्म।
करते हैं हम फॉर द इंडस्ट्री एनालिसिस। इट कंप्राइजेस ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ्स, वीकनेसेस, अपॉर्चुनिटी, थ्रेट। एस फॉर स्ट्रेंथ, वीकनेस, अपॉर्चुनिटी एंड टी फॉर थ्रेट। सो एक जनरल सा आपने बता दिया, यू कैन सपोर्ट इट विद सम images, etc. Second slide पे you would talk or you would segregate SWOT into strengths, weaknesses अलग, opportunity, threats अलग। मैं अलग क्यों कर रही हूँ? Because generally हमें एक understanding देनी है अपने viewers को that strengths and weaknesses जो होते हैं ना वो internal होते हैं। कंपनी strengths weaknesses को फिर भी चेंज कर सकती है, राइट? बिकॉज वो कंपनी
हम्म।
के इंटरनल फैक्टर्स है। ब्रांडिंग में प्रॉब्लम है, ठीक कर लेंगे। इनोवेशन है, नहीं कर पा रहे, टेक्नोलॉजिकल बेंड यूज करके, टेक्नोलॉजी को डिसरप्ट करके हम यूज कर सकते हैं वो चीज। सो स्ट्रेंथ्स एंड वीकनेसेस आर इंटरनल टू अ बिजनेस, अपॉर्चुनिटीज एंड थ्रेट्स कम फ्रॉम द एक्सटर्नल एनवायरमेंट। सो इट्स
एक्सटर्नल।
बेटर ना टू हैव दीज टू इन टू सेपरेट स्लाइड्स, ऑल्दो पॉइंट्स विल रिमेन द सेम, बट एक्सप्लेन
हम्म।
करते टाइम इट विल गिव अ मच मोर क्लैरिटी टू द पर्सन हु इज लिसनिंग टू यू। तो ये दो तीन चेंजेस
ओके।
करो एंड पेस्टल ऐड कर लो। फुटर, हेडर, ये सब थोड़ा ऐड करो। मतलब आई वुड वांट टू सी ऑन द फर्स्ट स्लाइड दैट यस दिस प्रेजेंटेशन इज प्रिपेयर्ड बाय प्राची। कहाँ लिखा है नाम? मेहनत तो आपने करी है ना सारी, बट नाम तो नहीं लिखा हमने।
नहीं लिखा।
नहीं लिखा ना, तो मैं हमेशा आपको सजेस्ट करूंगी फर्स्ट स्लाइड पे डाल दो और कॉन्फिडेंटली डालो। बट उसके बाद जो आ रहा है ना वो एकदम टॉप नॉच होना चाहिए। मतलब सुनने वाले को भी लगना चाहिए कि यार हाँ ये कुछ मुझे एक्स्ट्रा इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली। फॉर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू गो टू योर थर्ड स्लाइड, आई रियली अप्रिशिएट यू ऑन दैट बिकॉज दैट गिव्स, मेरे लिए भी नया है, आई गॉट टू नो द सेकेंड स्लाइड आई मीन। हाँ देखो इसमें क्लासिफिकेशन है, राइट? सो दिस इज समथिंग आई कैन रिलेट
हम्म।
टू, राइट? लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं किचन में गई, माइक्रोवेव ओवन है, तो मैंने, आई टेल माई पेरेंट्स ना कि दिस इज अ ब्राउन गुड, टुडे आई लर्न दिस। तो
हम्म।
सम इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट्स एंड फिगर्स। एनीवे, एज फार एज कंसिडरिंग दैट दिस इज योर फर्स्ट ऑफिशियल प्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ द कोर्स, गुड, वेल डन, नो प्रॉब्लम। अच्छा
थैंक
है,
यू।
बस थोड़ा इम्प्रूवमेंट तो करना ही है, नो डाउट, वो हम करेंगे, ठीक है?
ओके।
चलो, ग्रेट
हाँ।
प्राची, great initiative. I would like to ask Bharat, Uday, Gayana, because you have also been hearing her and have heard about this sector now. Tell me one thing that caught your attention and you learned out of this, and then probably we'll move to the next industry. Yes, Bharat, quickly bolo. One thing, one feedback you have for Prachi and one thing you learned from this presentation. Yeah.
Yeah, the presentation is very good. And actually, I learned like durable sector, like I learned like the things we use regularly, like AC, refrigerator, washing machines, or like what you said, like classification of consumer goods. We learn like white goods and brown goods. There are something new point I learned in this.
Okay. ठीक है, thanks Bharat. Okay, fine. ठीक है, चलो, great Prachi. So we'll improve on it, come back later on in the next session, right? And for now, I
Okay.
just want to ask you very quickly, what were the top 5 players in this industry? If you could just repeat. There was one slide you mentioned, no?
Yes. Yes. Top 5 players. Yes. Titan Company, Havells Limited, Voltas Limited, Dixon Technologies,
And Crompton,
and
right?
Crompton Grievous. Yes.
So you'll be working on these 5 companies going ahead, is it?
I haven't yet decided. I
Okay,
have to
so
actually, I have so many questions regarding this industry now. I will find answers to them, and then I'll
right,
probably pick up a company.
correct. And that is
I
why.
actually yes, yes.
No, no, go ahead.
I have a question for this.
Mm-hmm.
जैसे मुझे अगर जानना हो कि पूरी अपनी सारी जो भी इंडस्ट्रीज है उसमें कंज्यूमर ड्यूरेबल्स का क्या शेयर है, तो वो इन्फॉर्मेशन मुझे कहीं पे भी नहीं मिली।
नहीं
ये
मिली,
तो
ओके।
इन्फॉर्मेशन सिर्फ हमारे निफ्टी 50 के रिगार्डिंग है कि निफ्टी 50 में, और निफ्टी 50 में भी कितना वेटेज है इसका, ये भी नहीं पता मुझे।
कंज्यूमर ड्यूरेबल्स का ठीक है,
ड्यूरेबल।
वी चेक, आई टेल यू
हाँ।
हाउ टू डू दैट। ठीक है, एनएससी की वेबसाइट पे ही देखेंगे, नहीं मिलेगा कोई बात नहीं, कहीं और देखेंगे वहां भी नहीं मिलेगा, तो जो पेड डेटाबेसेस हमारे पास अवेलेबल है, आई चेक इट एट माई एंड एंड लेट यू नो। बट अपने क्वेश्चंस को,
क्योंकि हाँ, फिगर्स फाइंड करने के लिए मैंने बहुत ज्यादा ग्रिल करा, लेकिन मुझे सेटिस्फैक्टरी रिजल्ट्स नहीं मिले। मतलब मुझे समझ में आया वैसे फिगर्स कहीं पे भी नहीं मिले मुझे।
नो प्रॉब्लम, बट एटलीस्ट हम खुद से कर रहे हैं तो हमें चीजें पता है ना। दैट इज द रीजन कि
हाँ।
अभी आप जितना टाइम स्पेंड कर लोगे ना अपनी इंडस्ट्री पे, क्योंकि बाद में तो मेरे को आपको बहुत कुछ बताना है, बट अभी टेक एज मच टाइम एज यू वांट, बिकॉज ऐसा लगेगा कि कुछ नहीं समझ आ रहा है या कुछ चीजें बिल्कुल समझ आ गई। कीप एवरीथिंग रेडी एंड बी रेडी टू ऑल्सो शेयर इट विद एवरी वन, बिकॉज आपकी नॉलेज ना कोई आपसे ले सकता है, बट उस नॉलेज से बहुत लोग सीख सकते हैं। तो प्राची, आई एम श्योर कि आप इस पे और वर्क करोगे, बिकॉज आपको खुद रियलाइज हो रहा है कि
यस।
मैं कहाँ लैक कर रही हूँ, क्या मेरा बहुत एक
हम्म।
स्ट्रेंथ जा रहा है, एक थोड़ा सा मेरे लिए चैलेंजिंग पॉइंट है। सो दैट इज द रीजन, यू नो, दैट इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव। हम लोग को आना है वापस यहाँ पे डिस्कस करने के लिए कि मुझे ये चैलेंज है, बट एट द सेम टाइम आई हैव सो मच टू शेयर विद एवरीवन। ठीक है, सो वंडरफुल।
यस।
वील डेफिनेटली टॉक अबाउट इट इन डिटेल, मुझे थोड़ा सा बेटर होने दो, फिर देखना।
यस
बहुत
श्योर
कुछ
काव्या,
प्लान
श्योर।
कर रही
नो,
हूँ मैं, ठीक है।
नो, नो इश्यूज काव्या, गेट वेल सून। We are here to learn from you whenever
या
you will say.
नहीं नहीं, अभी तो
Not
इट्स
an
नॉट
issue.
अबाउट 2 months ऑल्सो, यू नो, यू गाइज आर हियर विद मी फॉर अ लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, सो ऐसा
Yes,
मत
we
सोचना कि
want to
दो
be.
महीने या
We no,
यार।
no, we want to be with you for a long time. You
वंडरफुल।
know, you will teach us something. We will also teach you something.
अरे 100%, आई ऑलवेज से दैट आई एम अ स्टूडेंट टू। ग्रेट प्राची,
Yes.
वंडरफुल। चलो, एनीवे, सो वील जॉइन दिस मीट अगेन इन 1 minute, टेक अ ब्रेक एंड देन थोड़ा सा हम कंपनी एंड इंडस्ट्री की बात करते हैं। फाइन गया ना, लेट्स डू इट ऑन अ गूगल मीट। यू ऑल कैन शेयर अ लिंक विद मी इन द ग्रुप, आई ज्वाइन। ठीक है, मुझे कोई भी तुम में से एक भेज दो ग्रुप में, आई ज्वाइन दैट लिंक, गूगल मीट लिंक। ठीक है, लेट्स मीट इन अनदर 1 more minute देयर। ओके, सी यू ऑल।